Yes. So, as I told you already, pre-independence or before independence in India, there was a weaker banking sector or banking section for Indian economy, as well as our financial sector was also too weak. So, by adopting the strategy of LPG by 1991, we actually had a tremendous development in the banking sector as well as the financial sector. So now you can broadly classify the commercial banks of India into three major groups, that is three broad classifications. In that, first one is public sector bank, second one is private sector bank, as well as the third one is foreign sector bank or foreign banks. So public sector bank, as the name suggests, it is owned, operated and controlled by government. Okay, so it has what you can say, it is a nationalized bank also, you can name it as a nationalized bank. So then comes the private sector banks or private banks. For public sector banks, I can give you the example of SBI, that is the State Bank of India, which is a nationalized bank. Coming to the private sector bank, that is owned, operated and controlled by individual or group of individuals. That is example is Axis Bank, Canara Bank, ICICI Bank, etc. So foreign, the next type of bank is foreign banks or the foreign sector banks. As we all know, foreign sector banks or foreign banks means it has a branch or a subsidiary working in the other country as well as in the home country. So like I can give you an example of MNC, that is a company which has started in a home country, it has branch in other countries. So that is MNC. Same like if a bank has a branch or a subsidiary operating in another country, you call it as foreign banks. Actually, that is mainly dealing with the foreign exchange reserves as well as the export and import of a country. So coming to the functions of commercial bank. So that is you have mainly two divisions of bank, that is central bank as well as the commercial banks. Without commercial banks, no economy can survive in the field of money supply, because they create credit or they create money supply, or even you can say they control money supply in an economy with the help of central bank, because central bank has the overall control of controlling all the commercial banks in an economy. So that is an apex institution which controls all the banking sector of the economy. So you have, as I told you, you have two types of money there, that is the high powered money as well as the bank money. High powered money, already we have covered that in the money supply area, that is the monetary base. We actually consider that as a monetary base upon which we control money supply. Okay, so that is M1 plus reserves held by the commercial banks as well as the central bank. So as you all know, the deposit money, will come to the reserve part after that. In detail we have to look through that. This is just keep it in mind, high powered money is the M1 plus. M1 is currency held by the public, other deposits with the commercial banks as well as demand deposits with the commercial bank, that is C plus OD plus DD plus reserves gives you high powered money, and that is what you can say represented as M0. Okay, so bank money means you all know banks accepts deposits. So that deposit money is called bank money on the side of banks. Okay, so that is high powered money and the bank money. Next we have to look through the functions of commercial banks. Functions of commercial banks, in that first one is acceptance of deposits. As I already told you in the definition, the first point which is evolving around the definition of bank or commercial bank is they accept deposits from the general public. Suppose we have 10,000 rupees or even 1 lakh with us. For example, I am having 1 lakh with me extra. So instead of keeping it idle with me, or because I don't have any use with that for 1 lakh rupees, so I will be going to a bank and I will be depositing into the bank. Okay, so it carries a rate of interest whereby I can earn profit from that. So that rate of interest is the main attraction of the customers towards bank to what you can say start a deposit or for depositing money with the bank. And acceptance of deposits, in that you have several types of deposits. First one is current account deposit, that is actually owned by the businessman or business people. They have to they engage in transactions each and every time in a day. So they need more of money, or they play with the money, actually I have to say. They play with the money in each and every fractions of seconds. So what you can say, current account deposit means they don't have any restrictions at what time they want money or what time they demand money back, they can be given back. Okay, so that is current account deposit. Actually, they deal with demand deposits. So next comes the savings account deposit. Suppose I have to save money. Suppose I am saving 10,000 rupees. So suppose my salary, I am saving, your pocket money you are saving. So what I can do is go to a bank, approach a banker. What I will do, I will open up a savings bank account and I will deposit all those savings in that savings account. So they carry a mere rate of interest, so that what you can say, it is attracted more attractive towards the opening up of savings bank accounts. Then comes the fixed deposit. As I told you when I was discussing the time deposit, fixed deposit and recurring deposits are two types of deposits which carries time element in that. So that means fixed deposit means you are depositing it for a fixed time. So after the fixed time only you can get it back, or after the maturity period only you can get back the whole money with the rate of interest. So for the recurring deposit as well as the time deposit or the fixed deposit, it carries a large amount of rate of interest. Rather, the savings deposit as well as the current deposit. Current deposit and all, they carry only a very less amount of rate of interest. So that is, these are the type of deposits you have to deal with. Then comes the second function, that is the advance loans. That means collecting all the deposits from the people or from the public. They never keep an alamara for all these people, and they will never write the name of that person and keep that money in the alamara. What they will do is, they will use this deposit money to create credit. Okay, actually that is the main profit of the banking sector. Actually the difference between the loan rate as well as the deposit rate, it is the profit rate or the profit of the
overheating or buying a